Hey everybody, I'm Accidental Grenade, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. This recording is going to be a little different. As you can see here, we're on a win streak of 9, going to be playing an Isaac run, but I'm actually recording this recording in post. So, that's a thing, because, and apparently I also forgot to look at the seed, so issues all around, but, technical issues happen from time to time. I'm trying to work on the ability to, just create a to-do list so I can be a little more prepared. I tend to have the same technical issues over and over and over again, just because there's a lot of stuff just switching between Twitch streams and capturing the PS4 versus the PC and audio hookups and all of that, and I just don't really obsess over the tedium too much. I get a little exhausted by it, to be honest. But here, to sum up, we picked up a Sacrificial Dagger and a Soul Heart, so off to a pretty good start in this run. But yeah, I'm not very good at remembering settings, and I need to be better about, kind of creating a to-do list or writing down what settings to use for what type of recording or streaming, and I'd like to say I'll do that in the future, but odds are, for now, I'll just occasionally run into issues, because I find it exhausting. But I'm working on it. I'm slowly kind of working on it, getting a handle on the setups and things like that. So, seek to improve in that direction. But here we are fighting some, not Mullabooms. What are those guys called? I don't know. They're the little scared mutant popcorn type men. But we've got the Sacrificial Dagger, which means I'm probably going to take a lot of stupid damage here. Wow, and actually managed to kite those guys. I can't believe it. Because I get a little carried away using the orbitals offensively, but it's interesting recording audio in post. It's different. I have a feeling that it could lead to my commentary being better, which is somewhat of a letdown, because even if the commentary is better, there's no way I could sustainably, record audio in post every time. I don't have that much time. It would pretty much literally be twice as much time to record videos, and I'd rather put out more videos with the recording during, because that way I get to play more games. I'd play the game half as much, and I'd just be spending a lot of time watching myself play and recording afterward. Not really my cup of tea, but it's kind of refreshing as a change. So just kind of fully exploring the floor here to see if there's anything else I can get out of it. Checking for a secret room. And we found a battery, so the nice thing about that is I can go back and re-roll the Mom's Heals, the range up, twice if I need to, and a dime is a lucky drop there as well. Gonna maybe spawn an arcade on the next floor. The other thing to note is I really don't remember this run, so I don't remember anything about it. Take that with a grain of salt, take it as you will, but so I'll be as surprised as you are. So we changed it into a speed up. I don't really want the speed up. Pardon me while I caffeinate a little there. So I go back to the secret room here on kind of a long trip to get another reroll. Now let me guess. If I had to guess, if I were a betting man based on the pool in the boss room, I'd say this is going to be HP. But again, I really don't remember. So let's find out together. But yeah, I'm really enjoying playing Isaac lately. Okay, it wasn't HP. Shot speed and damage up. See, I told you I didn't remember. I think I'm enjoying Isaac so much, kind of, still this game overshadows a lot of other games for me. So, when it comes to something like Nuclear Throne, for example, I might drop Nuclear Throne from my channel. I just don't enjoy it that much. I'm bad at it, and I'll be the first to say that. It's a difficult game, and my skill in some other games doesn't really translate to Nuclear Throne. It's a little too hectic for me sometimes. Maybe I haven't given it a fair shake. Maybe I haven't given it enough time. But it also just kind of narratively and things like that doesn't interest me quite as much as something like Isaac. So I might drop it. I probably still will occasionally play it on stream or just, casually in life. But we'll see. I don't think it's gone necessarily. It may just it may be relegated to videos here and there instead of constantly. So we're cruising along here. It's a little nerve-wracking because I don't have any Soul Heart protection currently. So Any hit could ruin my deal with the devil chance, which is important on this floor for obvious reasons. I want BFF here and the soul heart. Yep, if I had to guess, I would have said that's what I would pick up. And donate a little bit. Yeah, oh. You had to be like that, donation machine, huh? Alright, well, on we go. Into the long room here. We've got just some dips. You got a dip, you got a doodle, you got a eat grandma's strudel. Is that how the song goes? The classic Adam Sandler ditty, Respect to the Grandmas. I think that's the name of the song. It's an SNL, old SNL song sung by Mr. Adam Sandler back in the days when I had a lot more respect for Mr. Sandler's body of work. It's one of those things, man, where comedy is so weird. I feel like you gotta evolve with the times. Comedy is ever changing. Talked to people about this before, you know. For instance, one of my favorite comedy staples to discuss is Dumb and Dumber, but the Dumb and Dumber humor does not translate that well to today. Humor has evolved, humor has changed, and that doesn't mean Dumb and Dumber wasn't hilarious when it came out. You know, people who watch Dumb and Dumber today might think it's not funny, but that shit was hilarious when it came out, back when it was first around. But like I said, humor changes, and I think Mr. Sandler just kind of did a poor job of keeping up with that evolution, you know? Doctor's remote. I don't think, do I decide to use it? I should have maybe decided to use it there to check for a secret room. I didn't. A minor misstep, but not a huge mistake. The BFFs, it should be noted, BFF's Sacrificial Dagger is immensely powerful. Sacrificial Dagger already strong. And with BFF's going to do a ton of damage. Look at all that. We picked up 5 soul hearts in the last little bit here on this floor. That is insane. And you can just see Sacrificial Dagger just ripping through Krampus there. Just no problem. And we didn't really need to save our reroll, which is nice. So we can use it. Yeah, I should have used Doctor's Remote to do that. Wouldn't have had to use my only bomb there. Would have saved myself a bomb, but well, I can get into the boss trap room this way, which is nice. Pick up a little extra money as well. And enough money now to make this shop worthwhile. I've already been to the shop on this floor. Disregard. Could go back and pick up Sharp Plug, but I don't believe that's something I would do. Sharp Plug, D6 is pretty good, can be awesome. But I'm gonna, if I had to guess, I'd say I don't do that here and I just move on to the next floor. Let's see. But yeah, I think as comedy is a tricky business, you know, and a business that's hard to stay relevant in. So I don't begrudge Mr. Sandler necessarily. I would say certainly he's made more people laugh in his life than I have, and that's hands down and obvious. So what do I know, right? You know, I should probably defer. But if someone were asking for my advice, I would say he should have either, you know, kind of hung it up and rested on his laurels and realized that people weren't into his stuff anymore, or he should have really tried to change. And I haven't seen that. I think a lot of his current movies are the same, or maybe even kind of a me trying to use Samson's chain. It's pathetic in post, man. I don't want to watch this. It's painful. Look at that. I can't. That honestly should have hit it there, though, right? That should have hit that pot. Oh yeah, all that for a spider. Tell me I just go. Yeah, I say screw it. There you go. But yeah, Adam Sandler's current movie is maybe even sort of a degradation of his old humor, like the same principles, but not quite pulled off as well. And you hate to see that, you know, a beloved comedy icon, perhaps, of your past, just kind of floundering. But I mean, I'm sure he's still got probably, I would say, millions of dollars, so he's still doing fine for himself in terms of financial. But is he really happy? That's the question, you know, because making people laugh is what makes you happy, and then all of a sudden they don't find you funny anymore. That's got to be a hard thing. Anyway, on a less serious note, fighting these assholes, we're in a very good place on this run. Happy to have BFFs. BFF Sacrificial Dagger, and I think definitely stronger than you necessarily need to be at this point in the game, which is always a fantastic place to be. I think the attack fly is probably just a good pickup, and that's indeed what I do here. We've got the BFF synergy. It's another important thing to note. BFFs is what synergizes with Pretty Fly and the attack flies, whereas Hive Mind influences like the flies you get from Guppy or Rotten Baby. So it's interesting. It's tricky to remember because Hive Mind says giant spiders and flies, but these types of flies are not affected. But that's going to be some extra damage from the Sacrificial Dagger, from the attack fly. The Pretty Fly, I believe, gets a slightly larger hitbox to block shots and do damage to fly-type enemies. Oh, using a bomb because I neglected to realize I still have Samson's Chain. Of course I still have Samson's Chain. It's not like it ever goes away. But again, here's the crazy tediousness of trying to use it. Oh, got it. Another Pretty Fly is nice. Full suite of orbitals and range down. Maybe a little bit unfortunate with Lump of Coal, but our range is still mostly adequate here. And already to the boss. We've got a chub fight. Get in there with Sacrificial Dagger. You know you want to. You know you want to. Come on, baby. Get in there. Nope. Am I going to be able to pull it off? Nope. The rotation's not working out for me. Maybe right here. Nope. Didn't rush it in. Just played it safe. That is maybe advisable. We're going to reroll that? I would assume so. Yep. For Mr. Squeezy, tears up. And we'll roll back to try to find the shop since we have 26 cents here. But yeah, Isaac just still putting other games to shame for me. I have a feeling Isaac will be a staple on my channel for a long time to come. Picking up Champion Belt here for some extra damage. I plan to do some more, perhaps kind of informative videos in Isaac, some more racing practice, some more racing on Twitch, and just a lot of content when Afterbirth comes out. Really looking forward to the expansion. Everything I've seen has been exciting so far. Daily runs, tons of new items, 8 new transformations I think was the count, which is crazy. It's gonna totally change the landscape, change the meta. There's gonna be so many new interesting discussions about what this item does, how it interacts with these items, etc., etc. Really looking forward to that. On the whole, Preparation H feels good. What do we got? Looking for a secret room here, most likely. And lucky me, it looks like we found the secret room with 3 cents inside. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be basically Isaac for me is the gold standard of games right now. It's honestly what I measure a lot of games by, for better or worse. And it's gonna stay. It's gonna stick around. But I do like to experiment, to test the waters. So currently using my Twitch stream to do that, trying out things like You Must Build a Boat, trying out you know, even just playing some Destiny because I like that game. Trying out different things, trying new things. I'm looking currently at maybe joining up in the. I was reading about the Balls of Steel weekly tournaments. They're going to be doing weekly tournaments with altered rules, which is something I didn't expect. I thought maybe they would just stick to Isaac, but it looks like this first week is like a Judas race to kill Blue Baby. So that's kind of neat. A little bit, definitely kind of a different skill set, and really kind of dependent on what items you get. So maybe less skill-based and more RNG-based, but I mean, you still do have the Book of Belial. It's interesting. I'd like to try it out, but I have a very hectic schedule, working full-time, so it remains to be seen how viable those kinds of things are for me, you know. This is really just still kind of a pet hobby for me, but I'm really happy with the little community I've carved out. You guys are really cool. Everybody that comments, for the most part, with the exception of a few maybe slight spurts of ignorance, everybody seems really cool and nice and supportive. And I really like interacting with viewers and with new people. So looking to do that more often. It's another thing. I'm trying to get better at using social media, Twitch, Twitter, even kind commenting on videos, I'm pretty good about responding to most comments, but just really bad at using any kind of social media accounts when it comes to YouTube stuff. But it's just not the part of it that I enjoy the most. But oh, Rotten Baby here is really nice. This is an interestingly strong run. We've got BFF, Sacrificial Dagger, and now BFF, Rotten Baby, although I'm pretty sure BFF doesn't really synergize with Rotten Baby. He still just makes normal-sized flies. What you want with Rotten Baby would be Hive Mind. And speaking of Hive Mind, I had a very powerful racing run with a Guppy Infestation 2 Hive Mind on my Twitch channel recently. If you, shameless promotion, if you want to check that out, you can go to twitch.tv/accidentalgrenade. It should be, as of this posting, it's probably the most recent VOD up there, but went for the Nun's Habit here for the reroll synergy to take with us. And we've got a Dark One fight. The Dark One, you never want to go below him like I did right there, but it turned out alright. Just got greedy getting the Sacrificial Dagger in there. And we got Guppy's Tail and Dark Matter. I think if I remember right, I take the tail and reroll the other. I don't love Dark Matter. Yeah. And it was the shovel, so I picked it up, used it once, put it back down. Just being cheeky, looking for a crawl space, I suppose. But yeah, I think we've explored enough on this floor that I probably will leave. There it goes. It's weird recording commentary in post, man, I gotta say. You guys won't even notice this, but a couple minutes ago, I had to stop this recording and restart it because I had an error in the recording, so I apologize if there's any kind of, if I repeat myself or any kind of incongruence. I listened back through the first 13 minutes of this recording before it screwed up, so I'll try not to repeat myself too much. But yeah, like I said, Nuclear Throne, just maybe not my game. I am looking forward to a similar game coming out, the Enter the Gungeon, but it's not the Enter the Gungeon. It's the game Enter the Gungeon. That looks pretty sweet. It's like Nuclear Throne with like a point and click kind of shooting mechanic, but it seems slower paced and maybe less brutal, if that makes sense. Nuclear Throne is really like you screw up for 1 second and you're dead, and it's rough. It's unforgiving. It's a high kind of like difficulty gate, and maybe I just haven't spent enough time with it, but I'll still revisit it here and there, I think. But yeah, definitely looking forward to maybe trying out the Balls of Steel, but really just kind of a refocusing in on Isaac for the time being. I think it's my favorite game, and it's what I'm going to play, and hopefully it's what you're here for. But I will be experimenting with other things, and hopefully that entertains you as well. Hopefully you just love everything I do ever. That's my hope. But if you don't, that's cool too, and I'm happy to have you here regardless. So we're fighting Monstro Dose here, and taking some damage. Fire Mind, always a kind of mixed bag for me as a pickup, you know. It ends up doing some damage to me throughout the course of a run, but also helps me do some damage, so it's hard to weigh that cost-benefit analysis. We rerolled HP into more HP here, so I think maybe I'm going to go try to farm up another reroll. Samson's Chain is one that I think, like, sometimes with Samson's Chain, I feel like I shouldn't even pick it up. It's not bad, but it's just like a negative, annoying distraction. It's a time waster, is what it is. And as I try out racing and things like that, I'm very lucky, by the way, that Fire Mine didn't go off on that Diglett right in front of my face right there. As I try out racing more and more, I find myself becoming time conscious even on runs where I'm not necessarily trying to go fast, because it just feels wrong to be wasting time once you get into that racing mindset. And I'm watching myself occasionally here try to use Samson's Chain and thinking like, oh my god, it's taking so long, when typically I wouldn't even care. Like, who cares how long it's taking? You're playing to win. But now I'm playing to win and go fast in my head all the time. So we are, if I'm not mistaken, 2/3 of the way becoming Guppy. We definitely got the tail and Guppy's collar. So solid chance in this run that we become Guppy, and that would be pretty awesome. You've got Rotten Baby and Guppy going. You've got a powerful fly army at your disposal. Always nice to have those extra little boost flies from the Rotten Babes. Fire Mind blowing up a rock there. No tinted rocks, I don't think, here. But I'm going to try to use Samson's Chain to get this skull. And again, look at that. Like, passing directly through that skull twice. I mean, that is bullshit. I hit that thing. That's the other thing. Not only is it tedious, but it seems like too finicky. Like, the hitbox required for Samson's Chain is a little too small or too particular for my tastes. And annoys me. I wouldn't say to no end, but annoys me quite a bit. So we did farm up another reroll. Put a bomb down here to look for a nice soul heart payout. No such luck. And I don't think I would get 2 rerolls here, so that's why I'm still exploring to the left before going back and rerolling the item room. Got a pill that we still don't know. Explosive diarrhea. We can use it to get some skulls here. Did give us a tarot card, so we got Wheel of Fortune or Hanged Man. Okay. Looking to see if there's anything I could use Hanged Man for. I don't think there is so far, but if there is, we'll make use of this card. Oh. But yeah, I've been enjoying playing Isaac a lot lately. I think I always will. It's a nice break. It changes all the time, and when Afterbirth comes out, it's gonna change extremely drastically again, which is pretty awesome. Looking forward a lot to that content. I'm really hoping to really kind of double down on my progress and get Real Platinum God before the release of Afterbirth, but haven't made a lot of progress in that vein recently. I think what I might start doing is focusing a little less on the streak of wins, a little less on winning, and a little more on making sure I do everything I can to try to get Real Platinum God. As the day draws nigh, as the release of Afterbirth draws closer. But as for this run, we rerolled that second HP up into Torn Photo, which I'm pretty happy about. Torn Photo is a great DPS up. I think it's one of the higher tier increases in the game, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty sweet. And this is a perfect instance to get. I'd like to get Sacrificial Dagger in on this fight. I can feel it. I'm not even playing right now. This is recorded in post, but I can feel just my itch to get up there. But at the same time, Fire Mind, like the Fire Mind almost neutralizes Sacrificial Dagger. I feel like maybe in a heavy orbital run, I should maybe wait against things like, Fire Mind. Probably wouldn't go as far as to say, it wouldn't pick up Ipecac. Ipecac is super powerful and better overall than the orbitals, but Fire Mind, when you're getting up close and causing explosions in your own face, can be detrimental to your run chances, to say the least. Let's see. Oh, we got Pin fight. And again, like, getting too close to Pin, maybe causing some explosions. Actually, Pin just smacked me in the face himself there, so that I can't blame that one on Fire Mind, unfortunately. In a tiny bit of a scary health situation, but I think, like, in this run, I don't super feel that I was unsafe here just because, because the only reason I'm taking so much damage is because of doing orbital damage on purpose. At any point, I can just, deny myself that temptation. Or I'd like to think so anyway. I can quit any time. Don't worry about it. I can quit whenever I want. I like to think that I can not use the orbitals and make the smart choice. I'm not addicted. I can quit any time. But yeah, Hive Mind would be nice to get with Rotten Baby. What else would we look for? Oh, in the Joker room, we are in the Devil room. I'd love to get obviously a Guppy item at this point, since we're 2/3 of the way there. Is there anything else that super synergizes with what we've got going on? No, I mean, there are the obvious ones. Abaddon, Death's Touch are always welcome. Ceremonial Robes, and other such things. There was still some creep left in this room, much to my surprise. I walked on right there, so we got a Judgment. Halo is just a insta-grab, insta-jib. And we'll play this gentleman. Compass would be the ideal payout, I think, here. Map would be... map would be acceptable as well. I'd like to say, you know, that was just a nice kind of lucky prediction, but at the same time, I am recording this as a post. I did play this run before, so that could just been my latent subconscious memory doing better than it normally does. Normally, not great at remembering stuff like that, but it could have been just tucked away in there somewhere. I didn't consciously remember it, but, you know, the fact that I just randomly predicted map is probably because I had already seen that item. But, you know, we don't need to get into the flexible and fluid nature of memory at the moment, although I like the topic. It's fun to talk about. Memory, people trust their memories way more than they should, overestimate them, but at the same time, people don't understand that. I mean, I think memory is something you can improve. I shouldn't say that because I have a bad one, and so that means I just don't work hard enough to improve it, but but I think it is something that you can it's a muscle you can work on, your memory, your mind, a lot more than people think. People tend to think that the smarts is something that you're just born with, but I like to harp on this topic a lot. This is kind of in a different direction, but there are absolutely different types of smarts, and some you're born with. I think all of them can be improved upon to some extent, but the way that society values certain aptitudes way over others is a little off balance to me. Like, I've always felt that I actually benefit from this because I'm relatively smart in the traditional ways, you know, mathematics and communication and things like that. But for example, I'm horrible, and we became Guppy right here, so that's pretty sweet. I probably should pick up Dark Bum, but I have a feeling, yeah, I was gonna say, I have a feeling I just go nuts and go for damage, which is, it's a dumb, not recommended play maybe, but a fun one. I just go for the damage. I'm already Guppy, I'm probably not gonna lose here. But my brain is super dumb when it comes to location. But it's funny because you even say that and people will be like, oh, that doesn't mean you're dumb, you're just bad at directions. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, that is an aptitude. It's a way, like, my brain is dumb with directions. Other people will drive somewhere, and the very first time they drive there, they will remember how to get there. That is, like, quite literally, at least at this point, impossible to me. Now, maybe I'm right about, you know, improving, and maybe I just need to practice. Maybe I should turn my GPS off, you know, and just really kind of focus on the driving rather than getting into my own thoughts and planning my life and thinking about conversations with my peers and other things that I do while I'm driving. A lot of people would say I should do that anyway, just because I should be focusing on driving to be safe. But I don't feel like most of the time I'm totally unsafe as a driver. It's more that I just prefer to think about other things and focus just on the mechanical part of the driving, rather than remembering directions isn't important to me. And why would it be? I have a tool that literally can help me get from any singular place to another place in the world, and I don't have to remember that. It's like when people say, no one remembers phone numbers anymore. It's a disgrace. You don't know your mother's phone number. But, like, why not free up that space in your brain and use your smartphone to remember that number? Why would you unnecessarily tax your brain? You know what I mean? Like, in this modern era, unless, you know, somehow, and, you know, doomsayers like to say that this is going to happen, but it's extremely unlikely, unless somehow all of the, you know, databases in the world simultaneously crash or something, you don't need to remember a lot of this kind of information anymore. And it's a nice thing. But at the same time, you know, maybe we handicap ourselves in certain ways. I don't know. It's interesting. It's a cool thing to talk about. I like talking about that sort of crap. As you can probably tell by the animation in my voice. Oh, look at the nice little, the stroll for the tinted rocks. But I don't see any, and we're on to our boss fight. Fighting against It Lives. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think like I said, I think I benefit from that, so I don't hate it too much, but I think I'm jealous of people that just instantly remember after driving somewhere how to get there. I can't do that. I've never been able to, and I've always, I mean, before, because I am old enough to have driven for a few years in a time before GPS, and I definitely, even back then, had to go through embarrassing conversations where I had to ask someone how to get somewhere that I had been several times, and they would literally, you know, laugh and make fun and poke fun at me, which it's not really like a pain point at this time, but I was embarrassed at the time. I was kind of hurt or ashamed or felt really stupid. But at the same time, it wasn't the same as like actually being called stupid. They were like, "Oh, you loser, you're so bad with directions," and it was, you know, I was embarrassed, but I don't think it's as bad as when you feel like you're actually academically stupid. Maybe it should be, maybe it shouldn't be. I'm not trying to necessarily make one point one way or the other, but I do remember being ashamed and embarrassed, you know, asking, knowing it was more, a lot of it was my own anxiety, being afraid of being made fun of more than it was my friends, who are really great, actually making fun of me. That would happen occasionally, just because your friends are your friends and they're going to make fun of you from time to time, but way more magnified was my expectation of how it was going to go down. I thought they were going to be so cruel, and I was so embarrassed to the point where I would rather just like get lost and show up somewhere like 20 minutes late as I drove around and tried to find somewhere familiar to figure out where the hell I was. And that happened a lot of times. I would do that before I would, you know, call and ask someone directions or ask them beforehand how to get there, because I was too embarrassed. That happened a lot of times, and I would often blame it on, like, you know, they just thought I was just a late person, or I was, you know, poorly managing my time. I'd be like, oh, I was at home, I had to take a shower, so I jumped in the shower and make up these like bullshit excuses. So I became known as the late guy, when really I was the bad with directions guy who was hiding it. So it's interesting. I haven't really thought about that time of my life in depth in a while, but yeah, I totally used to just lie out of embarrassment to my friends all the time. We got Mom's Contact, Mr. Mega, Butt Bombs, sorry, not Hot Bombs, and Piggy Bank, and I apparently forgot I had a reroll, because I probably would have at least rerolled Piggy Bank, or if not all of those, and just now it looks like maybe realizing my mistake, but too late now. Well, we have plenty of HP here now as a cushion. I should be able to easily defeat Blue Baby, I would think. If nothing else, we can just tank it, and if we get up there with Sacrificial Dagger, I would imagine you probably only need like maybe 4 HP, 5 or 6 max, to just be able to run right into Blue Baby with Sac Dag and still be able to take him out just by tanking the hits, because you get brief periods of invincibility even when you don't have the Polaroid invincibility going for you. Just because that's how a game like Isaac works. When you get hit, you can't immediately get hit again. Something that Nuclear Throne, for instance, only recently learned. I think they only very recently in one of their updates changed that to where you can't get hit twice in immediate succession, which was one of the more annoying ways to die in that game. Alright. And the Guppy, I mean, with Guppy Sacrificial Dagger, we could just go in and tank the fight. Our flies will probably take, if we go in with a suitable number of flies, our flies could easily take Blue Baby down to maybe even half health, and then we'll just finish it off with Sacrificial Dagger. Could use Samson's Chain here, but I can't be arsed. It's annoying. And honestly, I think I probably, if I'm thinking right, I'd probably come back and reroll that just for the chance of getting, we still need at least one. I know I still need Black Lotus. I'm not sure about others as far as real Platinum God items. But just feeding flies into Mega Maw there should find the boss fight soon here, I would think, I would hope. I don't know, maybe it's a bigger chest floor than I initially thought here. But yeah, I think the Isaac runs have gone well. I'm already gonna maybe like count this as a win because it's looking so good. So I'll try to keep the streak going, but I think I should hone in on the real platinum god because I really do want to have it. I want to have it ready to go for the Afterbirth release so that I can enjoy that to its maximum potential, enjoy all the synergies with the existing items. It's interesting, you could maybe even almost make an argument that you should do it the other way, like go with a blank, fresh game for Afterbirth, because then you'll have increased likelihood to get all the new items, because you won't have unlocked some of the existing items, but that seems a little... I'd rather see the synergies. I'd rather have everything done, for sure. I'm not gonna get all cheeky with it. But looks like we're gonna explore every room ever created on this chest. So this is our Isaac run, so it must be, I believe, Eden coming up next, and then... not sure who's after that. I've lost track. I've gone cross-eyed because of the whole not recording audio, recording in post thing, and I'm not sure who our character is coming up next, but rest assured I won't screw it up. At least for one full rotation, I think I've got the Isaac Eden X kind of rotation down. At least for one character, one sequence through all the characters. And hopefully I'll make it. Hopefully I'll be able to finish every character. I'd love to have just... even that streak would be enough that if I lose after that, I'll still feel pretty good about having gone through every character. Triple Loki room should be no sweat. The flies have already taken one out. And as long as we just keep shooting and connecting with shots, we'll produce a very powerful swarm of flies to finish the room. What did I say we needed? Like 4 HP? We're going to have like 4 HP to fight Blue Baby, but that was only if we wanted to tank it. I think if we don't tank it, we have a better chance, and that's probably what I'll do. Full clear hype. I think this was a full clear. I'm not sure. We might have missed a room or two, but regardless, this is gonna be our Blue Baby fight. I think we'll use Box of Spiders and reroll it once here. Use it once and then reroll it, I mean. Use it once, reroll it into... okay, Ipecac. Yeah, that's a good way to end a run. Let's just take Ipecac. Oh, don't waste everyone's time looking for a secret room. Come on, dude. Really? Really? I'm like reallying my past self. I'm gonna go back and look for a second secret room. Everybody just wants to see the run end past me. God, I hate that guy. Alright, well, looks like we're in for the long haul here. Alright, let's see if I can get it done. It's gotta be in here somewhere, right? The long room seems like a higher likelihood. Second secret, where are you? Where are you? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Yeah, I knew that bomb placement was off. Oh, worth. Alright, well, actually, that actually could have helped a lot. So, maybe not so dumb after all, past me. I apologize. I'm always so bad to you. But then again, you don't really do me any favors with your damn procrastinating and poor planning, poor time management. And let's not get started on the drinking, but this is going to be a very easy Blue Baby fight, and that's going to do it. We're going to jump right into the chest here. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more Binding of Isaac Rebirth videos when they come out, please subscribe. If you liked the video, leave a like or comment. I'm Accidental Grenade. I want to thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.